Hey guys, welcome to my screencast. Today I'm going to explain the concept of accounts receivable. An accounts receivable is an amount owed by a customer who has purchased the company's product or service but will repay it at a later date. This accounts receivable is recorded as an asset. Companies are not always able to collect their accounts receivable. This expense is known as a bad debt expense. There are two methods to account for bad debt expense, being the direct write-off method and allowance method. The direct write-off method is the method in which bad debt expense is recorded when a company determines that a receivable is uncollectible and removes it from its records. For the journal entry, we debit bad debt expense and credit accounts receivable. The advantage is its simplicity, however the disadvantage is it violates the matching principle. The allowance method requires two entries. The first records an estimate of the bad debt expense and then the second writes off the receivables when they become uncollectible. For the first entry, we debit bad debt expense and credit allowance for doubtful debts. When writing it off, we debit allowance for doubtful debts and credit accounts receivable. There are two methods companies use to estimate bad debt: the percentage of sales approach and percentage of receivables approach. However, both approaches use information such as past experiences, industry trends, or current customer ratings to estimate as accurate as possible. The percentage of sales approach is calculated by multiplying sales from the period by some percentage set by the company. The advantages of this approach are its simplicity and the fact it's very good at matching. The percentage of receivables approach relies on past experience and is calculated by multiplying sales times percentage of receivables expected to be collected. It results in a meaningful net realizable value, but does not match expenses as well, because adjustment is product of prior experience. As accounts receivables are left uncollected, the likeliness of collecting them decreases. That's why we use aging schedules to provide a more accurate estimate of the allowance for doubtful debts and therefore a better estimate of bad debt expense. That concludes my screencast on accounts receivable. Thanks for watching.
Created using Powtoon.